Jessica Johnson, Communications Director with the Town of Davidson, and I'm here today with Chief Ryan Munteith, the Chief of the Davidson Fire Department. So, Chief Munteith, tell me a little bit about the Knox Box, the residential Knox Box program, or what is this?
Sure. So the residential Knox Box program is the second part of this community risk reduction piece that we're talking about today to kind of partner with Community Connect. So in North Carolina, under the North Carolina Fire Code, a commercial Knox Box may be required on certain occupancies within a town or a jurisdiction, depending on their level of fire protection system that is inside that occupancy. For example, if you go to the Harris Teeter, you may notice a Knox Box on the outside of that building. And what the Knox Box does is it provides a set of master keys for that facility or occupancy for the fire departments that are responding. And it provides those master keys to give us the ability to be able to get inside the building. And if we are checking for, if it's a fire alarm, and then we're having to check, storage closets and riser rooms and mechanical closets, that kind of stuff. The Knox Box provides the master keys for the entire facility. So by trade and under the fire code, a commercial Knox Box should hold every master key that's associated with that facility. And again, some occupancies in the town are required to have it, some or not, just based on how they're classified within the North Carolina Fire Code. A residential Knox Box is not required under the North Carolina Fire Code. I want to be very specific about this. This was truly an optional program that our citizens can opt into. But same concept, the residential Knox Box provides a set of master keys for that particular resident for the fire department to be able to access in the event of a true
external access.
Correct.
Into. Okay.
And the way the system works is that this exterior lock is keyed specifically for the town of Davidson. For example, the town of Cornelius has a specific key for the jurisdiction in Cornelius. Same way with Huntersville, same way if we go north in Mount Warren into Iredell County. So through the Knox company, these boxes are keyed specific for that respective fire department jurisdiction. So this master key that you see on the outside opens this box, and inside of this, it gives you the ability to be able to hold up to 2 master keys for your residents. That can either be a master key or a key fob, but as we know, some of these locks have changed over the years. But it gives the property owner the ability to be able to do that up to 2 master keys. And then what occurs after that is that this outside master key is controlled by the fire department. The advantage behind this is that the Davidson Fire Department is the only agency within the town of Davidson that has access to this master key. And I think that's important to note as well. So we are responsible. We control this. We have security features that are in place from an internal standpoint that really controls the flexibility of how this key is utilized. So in the event of emergency, we all know time is of an essence, and we want to try to get in as quickly as we can. This box gives us the ability to do that for a homeowner, especially in an emergency medical setting to where, they may not be able to get to the door to allow us in. And are we going to force entry if we need to? Absolutely. But this gives the ability for us to be able to make quick access in without causing any undue damage by having to force a window or force a door. And that's just more cost that the homeowner has to incur at the end of the day. So if a property owner or a homeowner in Davidson chooses to purchase one of these Knox boxes, we will provide the links to where they can go through the Knox company and be able to purchase one of these boxes. Again, it is not required. It's not required under the North Carolina Fire Code. This is truly an opt-in, and it's optional at this point. The process is the property owner will go through the Knox company, order their box. It comes in 2 different styles. It comes in an over-the-door method where this would actually fit over the top thrash of the door, or it comes in a wall-mounted version, which would be a smaller version of what you might see on the outside of the wall at Harris Teeter, for example. But it's a smaller version where they can actually mount it on the outside of the wall. Once that property owner orders their box, they get their box in and they install it, then they'll contact the fire department. And then what we do at that point, we are responsible for coming out and loading the master keys for the property inside the box and then locking it up. And at that point, the boxes that we have done so far, we have encouraged the property owners at the time to go back and tag into Community Connect just as a preference point. Right. But what we will do on the back end of this is once we lock the keys up in a residential Knox box, we will go back to the station. In our records management system, we will make note that this certain property has a residential Knox box. So again, at 2:30 in the morning when we were responding to an emergency, that company officer knows that, hey, there is a residential Knox box associated with this address. The boxes themselves run between $191 and $215, depending on your style. But the town is working and looking at options to help subsidize the price on some of these boxes, especially for our citizens that may want to opt in but don't necessarily have the economic means to be able to do that. And again, completely voluntary. Both programs are completely voluntary, but this is just another enhancement to that community risk reduction that we're trying to push out. Again, it's about serving our citizens at a high level and giving them the opportunity to be able to not only help us, but help protect themselves as well.
In advance. These programs really do go hand in hand.
100%. They are, and every program that we do from a community risk reduction side of business is intended to make sure that it's being proactive in the manner that we are trying to enhance our public safety response at the end of the day. So it's about protecting the community and enhancing our public safety and our responsibilities as well.